A 19-year-old model is murdered in cold blood. 2 years later, her identical twin marries the man convicted of killing her. I'm Chris, and you won't believe how this all unfolded. Let's recap. It's July 16th, 2010, 3 days before Johana Casas' 20th birthday. She's a young model, full of life, out partying with friends in Pico Truncado, Argentina. But the night turns deadly when 2 gunshots ring out. One bullet tears into her chest, the other hits her head. She doesn't stand a chance. Her body is dumped in a clearing on the outskirts of town. Witnesses tell police the shooter was Victor Cingolani, Johanna's ex-boyfriend. Within days, he's arrested. In 2012, a court finds him guilty of her murder and sentences him to 13 years. But that's not where this twisted story ends. It's where it really begins. Because while Victor sits in prison for Johanna's murder, he's busy planning a wedding to Johanna's identical twin, Edith. Now, if you think you're shocked, wait until you hear how her family felt. Her mother doesn't just beg her to stop. She takes Edith to court, suing to block the wedding. She tells the judge her daughter is out of her mind and demands they get involved and do something before it's too late. The court agrees to an evaluation. Edith is ordered to take a mental health exam to see if she's coherent enough to marry her sister's convicted killer. But Edith passes the test. And the wedding? It goes forward on Valentine's Day 2013. While protesters shout and throw eggs and rocks outside, Edith says "I do" to Victor Cingolani, the man convicted of shooting her twin sister dead. Her parents boycotted the whole thing, telling reporters they lost both daughters to this devil of a man. So is Victor really in love with Edith, or is this just part of a plan to win her loyalty and clear his name? Because here's where things take another twist. The spotlight shifts to Marcos Díaz, Johanna's boyfriend at the time of her murder. While Victor sits behind bars, Marcos goes on trial, accused of helping plot Johanna's murder. Everyone knew he had something to do with her death. Marcos was obsessed, controlling, demanding. He had to know where she was every second. And the red flags didn't stop there. Johanna's father remembers the day his daughter came home with a bruise on her face. When he asked what happened, she brushed it off, said she got it playing around with Marcos. But to her parents, it didn't look like play. It looked like a warning sign. But did he kill her alone or with Victor? Prosecutors paint a picture of 2 men, once rivals for Johanna's love, teaming up to take her out, with Marcos giving Victor the gun that killed her. DNA on a cigarette butt at the crime scene points straight to Marcos, while gunshot residue on his hands is what sent Victor to prison for pulling the trigger. Marcos Díaz denies it all. He insists he had nothing to do with Johanna's death. Midway through the trial, prosecutors drop a bombshell. They don't think Marcos Díaz was Victor's accomplice anymore. Now they think he's the real triggerman. That's right. While Victor Cingolani is sitting in prison convicted of the exact same crime, prosecutors shift the blame to Marcos. At the end of the trial, he's convicted and joins Victor behind bars. Wait, what? They can't both be guilty of the exact same crime, so either Victor's conviction has to be thrown out and he walks free, or both cases fall apart and the court has to start all over again. In the end, it goes Victor's way. In December 2013, he's released. An appeals court rules there just isn't enough solid evidence to keep him locked up. And waiting for him at the prison gates is Edith, his wife, ready to welcome him home. The spitting image of the girl he was accused of murdering. 2 men, 2 convictions, 2 versions of the truth. Will we ever know what really happened to Johana Casas? One thing's for sure, this isn't a happily ever after. By 2021, the shocking marriage that made headlines around the world was over. Edith and Victor got divorced, and according to Argentine news reports, Edith moved on and had a baby with someone else. So, what do you think? Was this the ultimate betrayal, or did an innocent man spend years in prison for a murder he didn't commit? Let us know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more true crime in half the time. I'm Chris. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.